Okay. Good morning. I am so glad to have you here with us today for the next session. We have with us the Charleston County Emergency Medical Services, better known as EMS. We have Carl Fair here along with Karen Chisholm that will be joining us later at the booths after the session, where you'll have opportunities to talk with them about the company in more details. So before we get started, if there are any chats or any questions you have, we can always add them to our current chat, and then we'll make sure that Mr. Fair asks them here. Or again, if you want to, you can also wait until they move to the table to ask your questions. So for right now, I'd like to turn this over to Carl Fair, and he'll talk about his wonderful organization and how you can join with the job opportunities that they have. Mr. Fair.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Turner. I really appreciate that introduction, and certainly appreciate everybody it's sitting in today and listening in to us today. This is certainly new for us. We're very, very excited to be presenting and talking to you all about some of the exciting opportunities that we have within Charleston County EMS. So as we said, my name is Carl Fair. I'm one of the division chiefs here at Charleston County EMS. I currently oversee our recruitment and outreach efforts and have a pretty exciting role with that. I've been a paramedic now for a little over 20 years, 21 years or something like that. And I'm actually rapidly approaching my retirement from here. So I'm very excited about that as well. But it's been an amazing, rewarding career. It was never, I kind of stumbled into it while I was in college and never really thought that I was going to be in this for a long time. I always figured I was going to grow up and, get a real job at some point. But what I quickly realized was this was an amazing career, and this was an amazing profession, and I absolutely found my heart and my passion for doing this kind of work. And this is I've never looked back, and I can't wait to see what's still yet to come in the future with it. So I hope that some of you guys have maybe spur some interest with you all and find a way to get into our career field. I'm gonna go ahead and start kind of sharing my screen here and talk a little bit about our service and what we do. Let's see as that comes up, hopefully. All right, so there we go. All right, so yes, so Charleston County EMS, as most of you already probably know, right? We're the ambulance service for Charleston County and all of our surrounding municipalities that will reside within. Within Charleston County, we are, Charleston County covers around 1,200 square miles or so. We're the sole 911 provider for emergency medical services in our county. We respond with numerous different police departments and fire departments and other agencies that respond with us in the public safety realm. And we really all work together as one giant team to make sure that we're kept safe. I know some of our partners you just, I believe, got to talk to with the Consolidated Dispatch Center. They're an amazing bunch of first responders as well that take care of us and are always that reassuring voice on the other end of our radios. So I know you guys have probably seen what our ambulance is riding up and down the road at some point. Maybe some of you have even been customers of ours at some point, but you've never really considered working for EMS. We find a lot of people that just, kind of see what happened. We see some sort of TV show or drama show about what EMS is like. And, that really couldn't more likely be further from the truth. Our days are very mixed. We are a close group of people. We have to train a lot. You have a lot of training that you have to go through to get into our career field. And then, of course, when we get into the career field, there's a lot of other things that you've really got to look for as well as, be prepared for. One of the most exciting aspects of our job is the fact that we don't know what's going to come next. I don't know what's going to be the next emergency. You know, we don't know when the next 911 call is going to come in. We don't know when the next person is going to be reaching out and needing some of our assistance and what it may be. You know, one minute we may be going and taking care of somebody who is fallen down, and to the next minute we may be dealing with somebody whose heart stopped beating, to going to deal with somebody that's had a heart attack or been assaulted. There's any number of varieties of calls or situations that people can get into that all of a sudden they're going to need help and they call 911, and that's what we need to be prepared for. So being prepared for any kind of emergency, being prepared is the big name in our game, and we really strive to work towards that. And that's of course one of the most enjoyable aspects about the job that I've found, of course, is the fact that I don't know what's going to come next. No 2 days are ever the same. There's always going to be a new challenge. There's always going to be a new avenue of something to be interested in or try to look into. There's always going to be a new situation, and that, you know, you just never know what's going to happen. You know, we get to be very close. You're working in very close proximity with another person for very long periods of time. You get to be very close with your partners and with a lot of your coworkers. You know, there's a lot of people that don't experience what we have to experience being on the front lines of Charleston County and keeping everybody safe. So a lot of times, you know, when we're working together, you're going to develop really close bonds, not only with your partner that you're immediately working with, but the rest of your coworkers. And then of course, other agencies that we work hand in hand with, such as fire departments and police departments and rescue squads and coroner's offices, and all various aspects of the public safety realm that get compiled together to keep our community safe. So there's a lot of experiences that we share together, and we become very close. And you know, one of our best aspects, of course, is our people. You know, we have great people that we work with, and a lot of wonderful people, wonderful personalities, and that's one of the things that's just so much fun about where we are and what we do. Just to give you guys a little bit of background, you know, if you're considering a career in EMS, you know, we certainly encourage that. Just want to kind of go over, you know, really making sure that this is the right career field for you. You know, this is not the easiest of jobs. It can be a challenging job, both mentally and physically. But you know, one of the biggest things that we're really looking for is people that are compassionate. You have to show compassion for fellow humans, and sometimes our four-legged and other two-legged friends that we want to care for, that we want to make sure that they're taken care of. And you know, people are not calling 911 when they're having a good day. And so when we come, you know, there's a lot of problem solving. There's a lot of outside the box thinking. You're getting presented with a situation that somebody's having a really bad day, and we want to try to be there to help them and to help try to make their day a little bit better, and to try to hopefully get them to the best care and the best resolution to whatever situation has occurred to them. So we look for people that are compassionate. You know, if you like I said, you got to be super compassionate for others and nice to people, want to hear about their stories. You know, that's kind of goes into our listening and interpersonal skills that we're really looking out for, is the ability to listen to what others have to say, and the ability to be able to interpret those understandings and then be able to communicate with them. You know, sometimes people are not happy about the situations that they're in, and they might not be the kindest and most pleasant to deal with, but we've got to show our professionalism, and you've got to show that respect to them to try to help resolve whatever problems that they're having, and try to get them into whatever situation that they're in resolved. All right, so EMTs becoming an emergency medical technician. So there are about 3 different levels of training for becoming an EMT. So there's your EMT basic certification, your advanced EMT certification, and then a paramedic certification. The EMT basic certification is your initial certification to getting to working into EMS. So we have a number of different avenues that you can get that certification, but it's a really good comprehensive overview of emergency medical care, how to take care of people in an emergency. You know, EMTs go through a lot of training on patient assessments and human anatomy to make sure that they're super familiar with the ways that the methods and building up on the skills for later on training, but to really make sure that you've got the understanding of how to take care of somebody, how to assess somebody, how to help figure out and determine what might be wrong with them and what kind of treatments and things that they may need to help get them into a better situation. A lot of times EMT basic courses, it's just great general information for anybody, but that's the initial certification that you need to obtain to become and start working on most ambulances. The EMT basic certification can last or can run, the training for that can run anywhere from about 4 months to about 6 months. So it's usually kind of set up with a college or high school type semester program where you're taking one semester, and by the end of that semester you're qualified for the EMT basic examination. In South Carolina, the examination we are a national what we call a national registry state, so we fall under the auspices of the National Registry of Emergency Medical Technicians. And so with that, you're testing for a national certification. That national certification is a really amazing thing to have. Once you have that national certification, one of the things I tell people is you not only, in addition to, of course, working here locally with us, but you could also work, in pretty much anywhere in the U.S. or any of the U.S. territories that would they accept that national certification. So it's a really broad-based thing that can take you anywhere that you want to work. But like I said, the EMT basic program is that initial certification. It's you have to be 18 years old to have that certification, or you have to be 18 by the end of the course. You can actually be 17 when you start the course, but it's 18 by the time that you test out for your national registry. Things that they will look for is the criminal history, and then of course driving history. Both of those are going to start coming into question, and they might run some checks depending on what schools or where you're applying into. The advanced EMT certification is kind of the next level up from the EMT basic certification. So it's a few more hours of training. It's about another semester or 6-month program or so to get your certification to become an advanced EMT. They start to learn a little bit more about some medications and medication therapy that we can give to people to help them out, as well as starting to learn how to start IVs and give people shots and that sort of thing. Again, similar pathway with getting your national certification as an advanced EMT. And then the last certification there is, of course, the paramedic certification. The paramedic certification is the highest level of certification that we recognize for being a paramedic. They are quite detailed into, of course, those building blocks from all those other steps. But then, of course, there's a lot more of the cardiology and the medications and other airway interventions and a whole string of other things. Again, we have to be prepared for any emergency that may present itself to us. So we want to make sure that we're ready and that we're prepared to take care of people, however that situation may arise. So again, at the end of the paramedic program, you'll take a national exam to get certified, at least in South Carolina. That's how it would work. You take that national certification, you be certified, and then you, of course, obtain a state certification from that, and that's what will give you your ticket to work here in the state of South Carolina. The paramedic programs, there's again a couple of different variations on it, but when you really look at the paramedic programs, it's usually about a 2-year program to really get through. Some of them can be a little bit shorter, but to get through that paramedic program, there's a lot of clinical hours that you're going to have to do. All of them do involve some clinical work. Of course, paramedic being the highest level has got a lot more clinical time, from ride times on ambulances to working in different departments and hospitals, to give you a good understanding of all kinds of disease and emergencies that may happen to people. Because again, we never know what the next emergency is going to be and what the next what the next 911 call is going to be for. So we have to be prepared at any moment for any type of emergency. I guess I kind of want to go back to the idea. There might be a lot of people that look at this and they kind of think back about what it's like on TV, and oh my gosh, I see all these shows on TV and I could never do that kind of job. And what we really want to make sure that you guys understand is that as long as you have that desire to help people, you probably can do this job. The biggest thing is that desire to help people and help our other people that are in our community. What we've got, a lot of those shows, there's so much drama. There's so much stuff that's going on in those shows. That's not really what the days are like. Some days we might be going from 911 one call to a next call to a next call. And other days, you may only run a couple of calls in your shift. Most of our shifts are about 12 hours long. So again, like you're spending a lot of time with somebody and you're spending a lot of time with your coworkers. All right, kind of getting on. So training, so where to get certified. So in our area in the Low Country, we have two basic places that are offering the certifications, and that's the Low Country EMS Council, Regional EMS Council, and then of course Trident Technical College. Both of them are great programs. Low Country Regional EMS, they're located in Walterboro. They do have a number of different programs. They do not offer a degrees program, so they're all certificate programs for getting your EMT or paramedic or advanced certifications. They also offer a number of other courses as well. Trident Technical College of course, does have an associate's degree associated with becoming a paramedic. You can go there without any kind of certifications whatsoever, and you enter their 2-year associate's degree program, and you can go through, get your EMT, your advanced, as well as your paramedic all in about that 2-year program. And after the first semester, you do get certified as an EMT. And when they get into their later classes with the programs there at Trident, you are actually able to work on most of our regional services. You can work for those departments as well as go to school full time. So you can already go ahead and start getting that job and getting out there and starting to really get your feet wet in the workforce. Best thing about some of those programs, of course, is that a number of years ago, the state of South Carolina did a workforce study, and one of the things that they determined was that we have a big need in our communities for more paramedics and EMTs, and as a part of that, one of the things that they did was they put a bunch of funding towards people getting certified as EMTs and paramedics. And so if you enroll at let's say Trident Technical College or any of the technical colleges in South Carolina, for that associate's degree to become a paramedic, those tuitions are free. Those are basically covered. I mean, there are some associated costs with it, but for the better part, the training and the education is completely free. And once you have those certifications, in Charleston County, we're starting our EMTs off at $18.11 an hour. So that's a really great salary for being an EMT and starting off with that amount of education that you've got behind you to be working in that field. Paramedics are starting off right around $24-29 an hour. So I mean, we're well paid. We're certainly appreciative of our Charleston County Council for supporting us and supporting the jobs that we do. And reflective of that is the salaries and those wages to go along with that. So again, like I said, this is a super exciting, super rewarding career that is just amazing. It's again, like I said, it's so much fun being able to help people and help solve problems and finding new challenges every day. So from the training, if you're interested in working with us, maybe you're really not sure about working on an ambulance. Maybe you're not sure if that's really the step for you. We actually do also have a branch of our service that's dedicated to our logistics. So our logistics branch maintains all of our inventory on our ambulances. So they make sure that we have all the right equipment that we're going to need on ambulances. They do some light maintenance, making sure that the fleet maintenance is maintained. We do have one centralized logistics hub in North Charleston, as well as a number of regional hubs around the area. To work in our logistics department, you actually don't have to have any certifications whatsoever. You can be uncertified. We're looking for people that have a high school diploma or a GED, as well as, of course, of 18 years of age or older, as well as they can move into having some sort of stocking inventory type of experiences are preferred. And one of the benefits of getting a job with our logistics department is we do send some of our logistics employees through EMT training. So that is one other way that you can get into becoming an EMT. We don't currently have any job openings open for our logistics positions. We currently do have openings for paramedics and EMTs, but at some point in the near future, I'm sure we'll be opening those positions up. And all of our positions you can find on the Charleston County website and the jobs section. Working with Charleston County, of course, is a amazing opportunity because, of course, we're a county-based service, so that means we're on a state benefits package. So, of course, we have annual and sick leave, longevity, merit-based pay raises. So longevity raises come after years 1, 3, 5, 6, and then after that, you start getting merit-based pay raises on your non-longevity years. Life, medical, life insurance, disability insurance, health, medical, dental insurance, all those sort of things. County holidays when you work, obviously we're open 24/7. So we never close down. Like I said, we work usually 12-hour shifts. So we're working from, all hours of the day, all hours of the night, and on the holidays and weekends too. So, there you will be working those times. So you do have, so the county does have 12 recognized holidays. When you work on those holidays, you are paid extra additional holiday pay for working those hours. Part of it, of course, being with the state is, of course, we're part of the state retirement system. And of course, we have a number of the benefits that fall in line with working for Charleston County. And that's about what I have. Like I said, we've got a really rewarding, really exciting career. It's not quite like what you see on TV. You might think that it's all blood and gore and something super scary, but that's really not what it's like at all. We have that does occasionally happen, but again, a lot of it is consoling people and trying to help solve problems, and taking care of people. So we certainly hope that attracted some attention. You can certainly follow us on any kind of social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Indeed, and of course I've got contact information up there. And just in case you want to reach out to us and get us some other messages, we're certainly always willing to talk and answer questions. If you have any questions about EMS, we're certainly looking forward to them. And if we don't get them here, we certainly hope to talk to some of you guys at our table here shortly.